All right, welcome back in. I don't know if it's a back end, but if you were here yesterday and the day before, we appreciate you. Welcome into the Daily Fix, as we do every single day at noon at this time. Every day, Daily Fix. We don't hold you too long, but we do it every day. Tell a friend or several. We appreciate you. You taking the time to hang out with us. I'm Ron Hughley. And that in the little box, exactly where he belongs, is Stephen Serta, who is along for the ride.
Hi.
Foolish Club Media presents the Daily Fix. First thing I want to say is I appreciate you, however, you are taking us in. You're taking us in on Twitter. We appreciate that. If you are on YouTube, we appreciate that. What I do need you to do is please head to our YouTube channel, Foolish Club Media, and please like and subscribe. We need you to do that. If you do not, you are preventing my three children from being able to eat. So please head over. We are the fastest slash slowest growing digital platform there is out there, and we need your help. All right, not gonna hold you long. A few things to get to, as we said. I have a healthy respect of athletes that are delusional, but there's an athlete right now that is taking the cake in an ultra way of being delusional. Um, I rarely say this about this person and his staff, but I do have to say this today. But first, I want to start with the big news here with the Chiefs, and that's coming out of yesterday, and we talked about it a bit yesterday, right? Isaiah Pacheco is going to be out for some time. We've actually seen now, Steve, it's 6 to 8 weeks. I saw 12 weeks. I saw a lot of things being floated around. So, Steve, I'd say 6 to 8 weeks is pretty good. Like this is November when he's back around the time where you hope Charles Omenihu is back, and obviously before Hollywood Brown, who had a successful surgery, by the way. But yesterday we kicked around some names, and I know you brought up Kareem Hunt, and reports are out there. Our good friend, or at least your good friend, Pete Sweeney, has reported that Kareem Hunt is going to come in for a tryout on today. And this one's a tough one, a bit for me. How do I feel about Kareem Hunt's return? Now, Steve, in another life, we were on the air when essentially we thought his Kansas City Chiefs career had ended. We were on the air when that video came out of him doing what he did to that young lady in that hotel hallway. And like me, if you follow me, you've been with me. Like for me, the domestic violence, the men putting their hands on women, things a tough one. You follow me, it is how my aunt was murdered, and it's something that crawls for me. I had issues with Frank, I had issues with Tyreek, I had issues with Kareem, but also there is growth in Serta. The Children's Hospital in me. Shout out to Crittenton Children's Center. In me believes in second chances, and I think he's had a few chances. But to me, hey, if Kareem Hunt is good, I don't think it's a throw away the key and lock it. Like I'm fine with him being here and getting an opportunity and getting a chance to maybe see if he can help the team. I'm fine with it. I don't know how much he has in the tank. I don't know how good he looked before, but I think a lot of it will go to what got him ousted out of Kansas City when he was coming off being one of the top running backs in the game. But I don't know about you, Steve. The second chance part of it is not the issue for me anymore. I think I've grown from the years of that, but it's more about can he actually still play?
Yeah. I think I mentioned it yesterday. Like, it does seem like he has, worked on himself and taken the steps. And obviously, he's been in Cleveland for the last several years and managed to stick in the NFL. And seems like he's taken the steps to try to rebuild his career and rehab his image after that incident early in his career. But I think the problem here is that anybody who thinks this is going to be like 2018 Kareem Hunt, like it's just not going to happen because the last 2 years of his career, and he got added late after the Nick Chubb injury last season to the Cleveland Browns, and he was still floating around as a free agent because he just doesn't look like the same player anymore. He's not an efficient runner anymore. He's not explosive anymore. Like, he's still a viable pass catcher and pass blocker and things like that, but he's not the same kind of player that he was when he entered the league. So I think it's Carson Steele and Samaje Perine, but if they do bring in Kareem Hunt, he's just going to be depth behind those guys.
But it makes sense to give it a look. Real quick, Steve, do you think Chiefs fans will have an issue with him coming back? The majority of Chiefs fans have an issue with him coming back. I don't think so, because it felt like they were clamoring for him to come back, you know, when the Chiefs were dealing with issues of not having a running back before Pacheco.
Yeah, no, I think Chiefs fans have been asking for them to bring Kareem Hunt back for years now, so I don't think it's an issue.
All right, so we'll see what happens there. I understand, at least give him a look. All right, back to the current group, and we didn't really talk about this yesterday because there was a lot to get to in that short period of time. But listen, the Chiefs are 2-0. They found a way to win that game. I don't think Andy Reid and the coaching staff had a great day. I heard you a little bit on the post game show with Rocky. I don't think they had a great day. And I think the worst of it is how they handle Kingsley. And by the way, people, if you're not confident in saying this young man's last name, just say Kingsley. I've heard many people nationally try to. And I respect, I believe Tony tried to stay away from it. I respect Tony Romo just staying away from it. I think Tony just referred to him as a left tackle. But I heard a couple of people when Big Trey Hendrickson was whooping, trying to say Satalamia or whatever they were saying, just stay away from it. But I reckon I don't like how they handled the situation. You pulled him, and we'll see. I think he will still start coming up Sunday night against Atlanta. But like, for me is, Steve, you didn't give him ample help. Like, I know Andy doesn't like to help his tackles. We've seen that traditionally. But at some point, man, you can't go over there and just, like, they were fake chipping. I'd watch Pacheco get over there, and he's just running out the pass route and not actually chipping. You can't sit him over there against a pass rusher that is doing him in. At some point, it's just got to be, hey, man, we're going to just sit. We're just going to sit Wiley, or we're just going to sit Noah Gray, whoever. We're just going to sit them there next to him, and we're going to double team him and just have to go with somebody not in the pass route. I hate the way that they left him out there, a rookie who you could kind of see may struggle, and then ripped him out the game for Wanye. Like, I don't like how they handle it. I hope that this kid hasn't lost a level of confidence. This to me is different from when they benched who's the tackle on the other side whose name has just escaped me?
Jawan Taylor.
This is different because, I mean, he just kept getting penalties. I mean, all that. You can't help that. Like, you can't line up on side. You can't stop holding people. We got to sit you down. This was one where before you bench him, you got to help him. You got to help him in some form or fashion. It was crazy, sir. It would be a possession. First play of the possession, sack. Second play of possession, Pat's being hit while he's thrown. Third play of the possession, pressure and a hold. 3 times in a row, there was no chip, no help. I mean, it's just insane what they did to leave him out there.
I think I mentioned it on the post-game show that, to me, it says that the fact that they're just refusing to give him help, I think it says that they have belief in Kingsley and that they know what he can be. And so they're just like, we got to get the lumps out of the way right now so that you are ready to go late season and for the playoffs, because that is a totally different animal. So we got to we just got to hold you over the fire right now. It was just so bad on Sunday against Trey Hendrickson. I totally disagree with pulling him for Wanye, because Wanye didn't seem to be doing much better anyways, but maybe it was just like a confidence thing. They felt like he was just like totally dismantled by a premier pass rusher in the NFL who seems to always dominate the Chiefs. But I agree. I don't think that they handled it particularly well against the Bengals.
Well, we agree on that, but I disagree with you on the thought of, hey, they're leaving him in there to get his lumps, and that was the reason. Hey, tough love. Steve, I think Andy's going to run his damn offense, and I'm going to run my offense come hell or high water. And I'm not taking anybody out of this pass route because I'm going to help you. And I'm going to run my offense. And if you ruin it, I'm just going to take you out and put somebody worse in and continue to run my offense, because he continued to run his offense with Wanya out there. And Wanya got illegal hands to the face and did all the things he did and gave up pressure. I just think Andy is going to do it. He never does it. And at some point, man, you have got to help that cat. Got to. All right. Last thing I want to get to, man, I really wanted this to work out for this kid. Bryce Young is benched already.
Did you?
I did. No, I did. We actually did a topic on this on the Daily Fix. And I said, I hope because I don't like how people it's just fun to make fun of him because he looks like a seventh grader or something when he's walking to the facility or something. People make fun of his voice and stuff. I wanted him to be able to stick it to people. And plus, I did think he was the top quarterback in that draft. So that also is a part of it. But he's been benched. He's been benched after 2 weeks in last year. And he said, and I quote, his representation, those close to Bryce Young were, quote, Steve, very shocked at the organization's decision to bench him this morning. It came out of nowhere, one source said. Now, look here, Bryce. I mean, there's a lot. I don't think that you got dealt the right hand. Clearly, you've had 2 head coaches in like 19 games. You've had like 3 or 4 play callers in 19 games. You've got one of the worst offensive lines in all of football. You don't have a lot. I mean, you had to deal with Adam Thielen as your number 1 threat. And you still don't have great talent around you. But I'll be damned if you're shocked. And not just shocked. I'll be damned if you're very shocked. Now, come on, man. You can't put your first pass this season was an interception. You're throwing interceptions left and right. You missed Adam Thielen on a flat throw by 5 yards ahead of him. Like, it's not been going well. It's been going horribly. You don't look like you deserve to play on the level. So you can't be shocked that they set you down on the bench. I can understand maybe disappointed, maybe upset about the hand you were dealt, but it ain't like this blindsided you. You could see this coming. Everybody could see it coming, right? Like if Daniel Jones hits the deck, he can't be blindsided or shocked by this. We can see it coming.
I think there's a case to be made that what the Panthers have done to Bryce Young is the most mismanaged a young quarterback has ever been in NFL history. And we've seen some organizations really mismanage some young quarterbacks.
Is this worse than what Belichick did to Mac Jones?
Yes, I think so. The Panthers for 2 straight seasons now have the absolute worst roster top to bottom in the NFL, and it's not even close. They are going to be the worst team in football this season, and it's not going to be close. They have no talent. They traded away all of the talent for pennies on the dollar because they just held out for way too long. Like, they are the worst run organization in football right now, and it's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, at least they hired offensive coaches to coach them. But just a bunch of them, a plethora of them. I thought that was going to work, man. I thought that was, when I say work, I didn't think it was going to be 2 games into the second season he's out of here. But come on, man, don't be in there. I mean, don't be in there floored. Don't think you came out of those 2 games and after last year you thought to yourself, I'm safe. Like that. Let's just calm down. Hi, Mom and Courtney.